Greetings, everybody. It's Jade. Happy Sunday, fun day to everybody. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Also, happy full moon weekend. It's technically going to be full tomorrow, Monday. It's called the Strawberry Moon in June. So it's going to be full in the sign of Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, all about expansion, optimism, on a mission, goals. So anybody that has a moon in Sagittarius or a lot of planets in Sagittarius could be hitting you hard, but not in a bad way per se. Sagittarius is also ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and luck too. So hopefully the full moon can bring some luck for some people or some good things tomorrow. So happy full moon, everybody. It's very exciting. I'm hoping to catch a glimpse of it. If I'm up, I think it's gonna be around, like, don't quote me on the time, I don't know the time, in the early AM, like 3 to 4 Central Time here in Minnesota. But speaking of Minnesota, some local Minnesota sports stuff that's been happening since I last checked in with everybody. Some of the main things that I was paying attention to that stuck out to me, Lindsay Whalen had her jersey retired from the Minnesota Lynx, former Minnesota Lynx All-Star, 4-time WNBA champion. I think she was a 5-time All-Star, if not champion. I don't know. I need to look up more Lindsay Whalen stats. Just anyway, complete baller, amazing. She's now the women's Golden Gopher coach. So congratulations to Lindsay Whalen. I believe the Lynx right now are 4-4. The only team in Minnesota that can win a damn championship. Plural, too, championships. So go Lynx, go ladies. Congrats to Lindsay Whalen. Also, last night, Joe Mauer, former Minnesota Twins, and hometown boy, hometown hero here. He had his jersey retired at, I believe it was Joe Mauer Day yesterday. Number 7, retired up in the rafters. And the Minnesota Twins, they're still on a roll. I think they're legit. They're 47-22. They came back and won last night. I didn't watch the whole thing, but they're playing Kansas City. I think this whole weekend is sold out. And I think, the last time I checked last night, I think it was like 2-0 or something like that. Anyway, I believe the Twins won 5-4. So still on a roll. I'm not going to completely chug the Kool-Aid yet, even though I think it's legit, But again, I'm going to wait until after the All-Star break just to see what's actually happening with the Twins. But Twins fans out there, hey, finally, waiting's over, right? Winning team, woo! Not a Minnesota thing, but moving on to like national football, I guess now. Just looking at my little notes here that I took. So the next team that is going to be featured on HBO's Hard Knocks, talking NFL now, football people, I'm sure picked up on that, right? John Gruden and company and the Oakland Raiders. Well, for now, the Oakland Raiders, soon to be Las Vegas Raiders. Is it going to be Las Vegas or Nevada? I mean, it's got to be Vegas, right? Yeah, it's going to be Vegas. Anyway, so that should be quite interesting. I feel like I'm definitely going to tune into that. I've always been a Chucky fan. He's just... dude's one to watch, and he's a Leo too. He has a son in Leo, John Gruden, like fiery, like shine on me, and like I think it's going to be really entertaining, not just because of John Gruden, but because he's got Antonio Brown now, and it's psycho, alleged psycho, interesting personality in Richie Incognito, okay? Gruden's gonna have his hands full, but wouldn't that be crazy if they just like flipped the script and just completely dominated everybody? It'd be wild. So on to the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings stuff now. Kyle Rudolph, he got signed. You guys, 4-year deal. For now, he's on the team. He's staying. I don't think that bodes well for my man David Morgan. I'm hoping they keep Morgan around though, or anyway, let's not get the cart before the horse here. I was gonna go on like a Rudolph tangent, but I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, Rudolph signed 4-year deal for $36 million. So Said it before, I shall say it again. I am sort of Switzerland, just kind of even-keeled on Rudolph. I think, 4 more years. Dude, I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe one more good one. That'd be all right. Frees up some cap space, though. The Vikings are still going to have cap issues. But, again, let's not worry about that right now. We got enough things to worry about. And the season hasn't even started yet. So Rudy's staying around for a while. Again, I don't think Kyle Rudolph is the best tight end on the planet. I don't think he's awful. He's a large person. He usually catches the ball. And, you know what, dude? Just keep doing that. Just catch the ball when it's thrown to you. If you can get some more yards, turn around and run, that'd be great. I don't think he's the best blocker, but hey. Anyway, so I just really hope David Morgan can stay on the team too, because I see a lot of potential there in David Morgan anyway. All right, and then so mandatory minicamps. Minicamp ended this last week for the Vikings, and then now they'll be back July, right? I think that's when training camp starts, end of July, something like that. So they got about a month break or so. Just some little things that I read that other people, media people kind of threw out there. Sean Mannion, is that how we pronounce his name? Our alleged backup QB. Apparently he was sucking. Threw a couple interceptions. And apparently Kyle Sloter looked the best, even though I think Sloter didn't get very many reps. But so we're going to have to bank on Cousins, no pun intended there, banking on him. But moving on now to the biggest thing for the Vikings this last week is the Cousins interview post minicamp, I believe Wednesday. And he's a cuckoo. He's cuckoo. I don't know if the full moon is affecting Mr. Kirk Cousins right now, maybe, because you can kind of feel it coming up too. But he just a cuckoo. Delusional, dude. And we are stuck with this guy as our quarterback, you guys, for at least another year, 2 years. So anyway, I watched the interview. I'm sure a lot of you watched the interview. You listened to it. Here are some snippets I wrote down that just stuck out to me, which is pretty much like the entire interview. He said something where I was just like, what? Okay. I'm going to go down the line here. I'm going to try to not go off too hard on Coo-Coo Cousins here, but again, seems like a nice enough robotic human. But he's not a gamer. We're stuck with him. I'm glad the defense is back. I'm glad the core is back in our defense because we're going to freaking need him, okay? And if our backup quarterbacks aren't looking very good either, oh boy, here we go. So the things that I took away from the Kirk Cousins post-practice minicamp interview, quote, he said, when asked about how it's going, business as usual, he said, business as usual. Very politician-like answer. I feel like Kirk Cousins would be a great politician. I really think he would. I think he'd be a better politician than he is a quarterback. Just a thought here. Because he just, sticks to the script. He's going to say what he should say. Also, he said that he hasn't turned up the dial. Oh, obviously. I think, though, the thing is, your dial's all the way turned up, dude. You can't go anymore. You're at your peak right now, homie. I think that's what's happening. He also admitted to being a 500 quarterback. Oh, really? Thank you for that. Facts are facts, okay? Statistics show. So I'm glad you can openly admit it. At least that's a step. But, tell us something we don't know. We all know that, okay? You're 500 QB. We know that. Win a freaking playoff game, and then we'll talk about something fun. And then he was talking about that even though, because people were, I think a reporter asked him, if it's easier kind of coming into year 2 now, having 1 year under his belt, with the team, because obviously it's harder coming in first year. And then Looney Tune here says that, even though it's year 2, there's still new people. So it's just constantly new, and he's talking about there still being so many new people that it doesn't really. I kind of took that he was like, well, it doesn't really matter what year it is because there's always new people. I feel like in his brain, it's like there's always new people that he's going to have to like adjust to somehow, but that adjusting isn't playing better or playing differently. It's getting them to play how he wants. It's bizarre. Coo-Coo, Coo-Coo. All right, and then he said, which, hey, I can agree with this. He said he's going to try to control what he can control, right? I agree with that. We can only control ourselves, so stick with that, okay? Just hang on to the ball, too. Control what you can control, which means yourself, Kirky. Don't worry so much about other people. I'll get into that. But then he said, too, that, you know, he needs specific answers on, like, what he's doing wrong. Which just, it's like, dude, what? What? Hang on to the ball. Be a playmaker. Don't friggin' fall down when no one hits you. I mean, come on, man. He's not built for this. Not a gamer. And then he said the next level for him is about winning. Okay, winning for who? Like winning, the team winning? Okay, that's fine. And then he was talking about it, well, if the team wins and he statistically doesn't do well, it's still gonna be like he did really, really well and he took it to the next level. No, I don't think so there, dude. What about the defense? Having a stellar defense that's gonna clean up after your sorry ass. That's what I think. And then he was saying how he wants more play action because that's how he plays better. Oh, okay. Only worried about yourself. He's only ever worried about covering his own ass, yet he doesn't really admit to anything unless it's freaking obvious, like right in front of us. Good quarterbacks make everybody better around them. They lead teams to the freaking promised land. Like, we're stuck with him, people. We're stuck with this Looney Tune. Okay, this was the best one. He said, I don't think it's me. Okay, who is it then? Who is it then? If it's not you, then who is it? Or just say, hey, this is as good as I'm going to get, people. Take it or leave it. I would respect him more if he just said, hey, you know what? This is the best I can do. This is my best level. I'm going to try to bring everybody else up. But you know what? I'm doing the best I can. I mean, I guess he kind of says that, but I mean, you guys get it, right? You guys get it. Okay. So, and then he said he wants to start focusing on coaching other players, his teammates. Worry about yourself. Worry about making good passes, not getting, if you fumble, recovering the ball, hanging on to the ball, and having a good relationship with the rest of your teammates. And I don't think that coaching them or trying to coach them or focusing on coaching them is the way to go about doing that. That's why the team has coaches. Let them coach, okay? You be the quarterback. You be the leader that you're supposed to be. What? I mean, yeah. I just can't. And then he also, back to the fumbles lost thing. It's like he wanted, he was talking about how he's looking back at the numbers for that. It's like, yeah, last year you tied with Derek Carr for the most fumbles lost, 7. Okay? 7. That's quite a few. That's like one every other game. Pretty much. Dude, there's some answers for you there. There's some specifics, okay? Can you put that in your spreadsheet and mark it down, okay? And then he's just talking more about how he wants the coaches to reach out to him. Like, reach out to him with what he's doing wrong. Because if they don't reach out to him, he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. I just don't like this, okay? I don't like it. I don't think, in conclusion, he can't get any better because he's already at his peak because he's a mediocre quarterback, okay? He's mediocre. He just is. The Vikings fell for the shiny object when they signed up for all that money, and that's what happened, and now we're dealing with it for another couple of years. And you know what? If he goes down, are we screwed? I don't know. I want to see Kyle Sloter and him up against one another. I feel like Sloter could put up just as good of numbers. Okay? It's like, Cousins, just don't hang onto the ball, make good passes, get along with your teammates, and that's it. Just try to do that, okay? Just try to do that for the next time that you're here, for the next amount of time that you're here. Focus on your perfect sleep number, too, okay? And getting that optimal what is it, 9 hours of sleep a night, a day. Unless he's a vampire. Maybe he's a vampire, you guys. I don't know. I will say this to close it out, that listening to that interview and listening to him, it didn't give me a lot of hope. Not that I had a lot going in, but delusional, you guys. Pure and utter delusion. Gosh, would I really like to know, especially like what Stefan Diggs and Adam Thielen really think. Like, man, you're stuck with this dude. Anyway. Oh, man. Well, we got about a month now until training camp, so it's going to be a little quiet now, once again, on the Vikings front. So that's what's happening. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday, great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the full moon tomorrow. If you get a nice view of it, embrace some of it for me too, okay? It's like you always try to take a picture of full moon too. It's like, might as well just enjoy it live, because the picture is never as good as the real thing either. So everybody take care, and until next time, this is Jade, and yeah, just have a nice one. All right? Later, everybody.